Hey guys, it's Jasmine and welcome back to the Moxie Ram. So in today's video, I wanted to show you guys a couple of projects that I've been working on. Some of them you've already seen. For example, the pillowcase that I showed you. Yes, it's still missing the zipper. I went to Hobby Lobby. I did pick up the zipper. I just haven't stitched it on there yet. So I got an orange color. I was actually hoping to get more of a peachy color zipper to match more of the tones that are on here, but they didn't really have it. They didn't have an exact color to match, and I didn't want white, but I figure once I stitch this in there, all you're gonna really see is the thin zipper sticking out of the top, and it'll look something like that, which I don't think is too bad. I think the camera's actually making it look a little more reddish orange than it is. I think it'll look nice. But I picked up that. I picked up some needles because I could not find my sewing needles. So I just picked up some, if I could grab it out of here. I used the pillowcase as my shopping bag when I went. I picked up a little box of needles and I picked up some sewing thread to match the color of the pillowcase so it blends in and it's not an eyesore. So hopefully my next video, or maybe, I don't know if I'll show it in my next video, but I'll take a picture and I'll post that instead. So you guys can see the finished result once it's sitting on the couch. And I know I showed you guys the towel that I made. So I went ahead, I used the rest of the yarn from that pillowcase. Actually, I still have more. I still have a little more. And I made another towel using the same exact pattern. I just made this a little bit different. So I went a little wider on this part to give it a little more strength. So both of these are 100% cotton, but they feel completely different. The Lily Sugar and Cream has a rougher texture. It feels more like a regular absorbing towel. And then the Karen Ripples Cake. Was it Ripples? You know, it's a cotton. It's more soft, so I don't know how absorbent it's going to be, but I have to run these through the wash because I did hang them up and then wash my hands and dry my hands with these, and it left lint everywhere, which was a bad idea. So I have to wash them first and dry them, and then I will hang them and let you know exactly how absorbent they are. I also took more of the Lily Sugar and Cream and made this little towel. Yes, my ends are not woven in yet. But I did the waffle stitch. I didn't follow any exact pattern. I know I had a comment on my previous video from, let's see if I saved it. Oh, I guess not. Oh, I did. Okay. So I had a comment from Lacey Lynn Couture. That she asked, oh no, she's not the one that asked it. Oh. I'm sorry, whoever asked a question about the pattern. I didn't save your comments. But Lacey Lynn Couture did mention that she made a trivet using the same stitches. And it took her forever and she didn't enjoy making it. And I think she was referring to that, the pillowcase that I made. It did take a long time to make. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to make another one. I think I'm going to go with a different stitch. And then she had suggested to use 2 or 3 strands of cotton and make a big scrap basket, which is actually a really good idea because I do have lots of scrap yarn. I do have little bits of the cotton yarn because, like I said before, I was making a bunch of coasters and table accessories, so it left me with little bits of different colors. So thank you, Lacey Lynn Couture, for that suggestion. But yes, I did get a comment from someone else asking about the pattern for this. And again, I did not follow a pattern. I just did a square of the waffle stitch, and then I went around the border with red, and I just put shell stitches all the way around to give it a nice look. And then here I just did a chain, I think of, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 12. And then I single crocheted back to give it a little handle because I have a hook by my fridge where I can just hang this and use this to kind of grab the lids of pots. Because all I have right now is an oven mitt, and having to put it on just to lift the lid, that's a little tedious. So I figured with this, you know, you got the handle, you could just lift it up. And it's with the waffle stitch. With the waffle stitch, it gives it a good decent amount of padding, so you're not going to burn yourself on anything. And I went with pink and red for Valentine's Day, although that's tomorrow, and as you can see, it's not even hanging up yet. But I think it'll be okay for Easter, right? Pink, red. I'll make it work. And another project that I had been working on was a beanie for my daughter. So she has, which I can't find it, I have no idea where she put it, but she has a fake Elsa braid. So it's about that long, and it's made out of fake hair, like a wig material, and it attaches to her hair with this little like alligator clasp. And she's 2, so she doesn't have much hair, and it's very thin. So every time I would tie a ponytail for her and clip it on, it would pull her hairs, and she was always saying it was hurting. I had to keep readjusting it, and so on. So I decided to make her this. So this is her Elsa beanie. It has a nice long braid on the side, so she puts it on and she's all excited. Because it's yarn, it is super lightweight. It doesn't weigh down at all. I made it into a beanie because my initial thing was I wanted to make it look like, I had seen a picture online where someone made a beanie just like this. They made these big clumps of like twirled yarn to make it look like the hair going around. I thought I put enough, and then when she put it on I realized how small this is. These little poofs of yarn. But I can always add more, because all I did was at the bottom of each row, or at the bottom of the beanie, I think I chained about like 5, and then I skipped 3 stitches, single crochet, then chained 5, skipped 3 stitches to make loops. And through those loops is where I wrapped around the yarn. So I started from here with long strands of yarn, looped it all the way around, went all the way around the hat. As I went, I added. So as you can see, it's thinner here, and then as it goes around, it gets slightly thicker and thicker till it gets to the braid. Then once it got to the braid, I just braided. And then I tied it at the end to make her a nice long braid. So this one ended up being a little longer than Elsa's braid on her, but she also likes Rapunzel. So she kind of wears it for both when she's doing her little mimicking of the TV here. I want to apologize for the lighting, but I have a lot of light coming in from outside, and then I kind of just propped my camera light in the corner, so it's not in the best place. Definitely got some harsh lighting today. Maybe that's a little better. It's a little better. I'm just trying to do this real quick before they get home. You know, you guys know my drill. All right, so that's that. This is great for now because it's winter and this keeps her head nice and warm, but once it gets summer, she's not gonna be able to wear this anymore. So I'm going to make another braid that is just the braid, and at the end, I'm going to attach a hair tie. So I'm gonna have like one of these regular hair tie, elastic bands. I'll put it there, and the braid will be attached to the end of it. So that way I can just tie this to her hair and the braid will hang. And it's so much lighter than that fake wig braid that she has. It was pulling on her hair too much. So that's something else I got done. And then another thing I got done, which this I finished in a couple of hours. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I made a halter top. So I have never made like a bralette or anything like that. So I had to go and I just YouTubed. I don't even remember honestly what channel it was, but I just YouTubed how to make the cup, which is really simple. You just you do a chain. So I kind of just held the yarn right underneath my cleavage, and I kind of just held it up to like the middle of my boob, and then I single crocheted up. I single crocheted 3 at the end, then single crochet down, then you turn, and then you do that again. And at the tip you put 3 down, then go back, tip, you put 3 down, keep going until the cup is as big as you want. So that's how big I did it. And initially the torso part was much longer. I made it more of a tank top. Then I tried it on and I honestly wasn't a fan, so I took out a couple of rows. These straps that are going to go tied around my neck are braids. So I took a couple of strands of the same yarn that I used for the top and I just braided it, made it nice and long so it's easy to tie behind my head. And at the end I kind of left it like a little tassel to make it look a little cute. And the yarn that I used, which I have never used before, and I am for sure going to buy more of this because it was a pleasure working with this yarn. So it's I Love This Cotton. Super soft, super savings. The colorway is Sunlit Seafoam. It is 100% cotton. It's a medium weight worsted yarn, and it suggests a 5.5 hook. But because I'm making the top and I wanted to make sure I had full coverage, I used a size 4 hook. And it actually worked out very nicely. But it's really soft. It's 100% cotton. It doesn't feel as rough as the Lily Sugar and Cream cotton ones, which I just don't like those as apparel. And then in the back, I made it open. So I didn't want to make it a shirt that goes all the way around because I wasn't sure how stretchy or how this yarn was going to hold up, and I wanted it to be fitted. So I kind of made it more of a corset tie in the back. I made some laces. This again is fewer strands than what I did for the necktie, but I just took 3 strands, I braided them. So this is one long strand that I braided, and then I just put it into the top itself. I didn't make any extra loops. I didn't make any special attachments. It's literally just gone through the ends of the shirt or top. And that way once I have it on, I can pull these and tie a cute little bow down here and voila. So this will be, so along with the pillowcase, I'll also put this on at some point. I'll take a picture and I'll post it for you guys to see. For now, I'm just going to put it over my shirt, so you can kind of get an idea of what it'll look like. So this goes there, tuck that in so you can kind of see, and that's how it'll be. I think it is really cute. I actually surprised myself of how nice it came out, and it goes right above my belly button. So my belly button is right here, and this is about where the shirt sits. But my plan is, obviously this is not for now because it's cold out, and maybe for spring with a cardigan on top, but I wanted to make this for summer so I can wear it with a high-waisted skirt, like a nice summery, breezy, flowy skirt with this top. So I showed my sister and she already said that she wants me to make her some bralettes, so I'll have to take some measurements of her and get working on that, and I'll get to show you guys some of that stuff. Last but not least is the temperature blanket. Of course, I'm going to go show you guys an update on that. So what I'm really excited about is that I finally got to use purple. You can see it there. So for me, purple is 20s. We had one day of 29 degrees and one day of 20 degrees. I got really excited with the 20-degree day because I was hoping it would go down just 1 degree. That's all I needed, just go down 1 degree and we would have been in that light pink color. So if it had gone colder, we would have been on this. But it did not, so that's fine. I got 2 rows of purple, and then we went right back to the 40s for, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of 40s. We had 1 day right here of 50s, then back to the 40s. And then I believe yesterday was 40s and today was 50s. I think I saw some day today, or this week, is going to be 60s. So we might see some little bit of orange back in this blanket. Because as you guys know, we did have that spike of orange on, what, January 5th, I think it was. Which is odd. That's not the usual temperature here at that time. Looking around. Other than that, I think that's it for today's video. So, thanks for watching my video. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified when I post new videos. You can subscribe by clicking here. You can click right here to watch another video. And I will see you guys next time.